I'm Ree with Shake on Ree's. You probably are familiar with my voice or my hands in my videos, but I felt that it was time for me to put a face to Shake on Ree's. I'm really not a social media person, but I guess I'm gonna have to be. My kids will always say, Mom, you need to get on social media. And I'll be like, because I'm kind of old school, but I see that this is the way of the world today. So let me just give you a little funny story about me being on video. I went bowling with my son, daughter-in-law, and 2.5-year-old grandson. And so it was my turn to bowl, and I grab my ball and I roll it down, and I hear somebody say, hey, you got it, you can do it, I see you. And I'm thinking to myself, I just know that that's not my 2.5-year-old grandson. So when the ball hit the pins and I got the strike, and I'm geeked up, I'm all excited, jumping up and down, and I'm talking smack. And I look and see that he's holding my son's phone that he grabbed and pushed record, and he had been recording me the whole time. So I asked him, I said, are you recording me? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, let me see it. He shows me the phone, and I looked at myself and I was like, oh my God. I said, this is me bowling? This is how I look on video. I just felt so vulnerable. But then I start to think, I'm like, you know what? But this is me. This is Ree. This is Shake on Ree's, and there's only one. So let me give you a little backstory on Shake on Ree's. I always love to cook for family and friends for different events. And I will go to the grocery store, get the famous seasoning salt or the famous Cajun seasoning, and I bring it home and I'll put it on my veggies and my meat. And I'll be like, man, it's not all that. So then I started going in my cabinets, getting different spices and mixing them all together. And then I put them on my meat and my veggies, and I'm like, oh, that tastes delicious. My husband used to have like a lot of friends. They be playing basketball outside and drinking and stuff. And then they were hungry, because I knew that they were gonna be hungry, because there's nothing like going over somebody's house and being there 4 to 5 hours and having nothing to eat. So I'll be at the stove cooking, and I'm cooking hot water cornbread, fried chicken, fried fish, collard greens, and then it's ready. They're coming in, they're grabbing chicken, they're grabbing fish. I'm getting plates, I'm making plates and everything, and I'm watching them, and they over there grunting and eating and just satisfied and happy and complimenting me on my food. So I got enjoyment out of seeing people eat my food with my seasonings. So after that, fast forward to like 2017, I started having stomach problems, cramping. I'll go back and forth to the doctor, to the ER. And then this one particular time I went to the ER. The ER doctor, he was like, well, I just want to let you know, tomorrow, we scheduled you for gallbladder removal surgery. I said, so what does that mean? He was like, so that means that you can't, we're going to remove your gallbladder. It's not going to be life-threatening, but you can't have any fats. You have to eat like low-fat foods. And I was just like devastated. I'm like, low-fat foods? I'm like, how am I going to eat my thick turkey bacon, not my turkey bacon, my thick pork bacon, my fried chicken, my fried fish, fried shrimp, everything was fried and greasy. And so I told him, I said, Doc, I don't know if I can do that. And he was like, well, he said, I'm not saying that you can't eat any fat. It's up to you, but you're not gonna like the aftermath. So I thought about it, and I was kind of, upset for a while. And then when I came home, I thought about, okay, well, let me just put my seasonings on my low-fat, start making low-fat meals. So I would put my seasoning on my low-fat meals, and then I would still have to cook regular for my husband and for my kids. So it was tasting like delicious. So then it really made me even more observant and more, I got more in depth about seasonings, their origin, where they come from, or just the things that they put in them and everything. So I will go back to the grocery store. When I go back to the grocery store, I'll go down to seasoning now. I'll look in the back of the famous seasoning salt or the famous whatever type of seasoning it was, and I noticed that it had like MSG in it. And I'm like, okay, MSG, that's a flavor enhancement. I'm like, of course it's tasting good. It tastes good, making food taste good. And then I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, now I look and it has an anti-caking, something for anti-caking to make it free-flowing. So you're wondering why your seasonings are lasting 5 years and they still flowing. I said they have chemicals in it, and which, I'll come home, they have other ingredients on there that were big words. I come home and Google it, and then I noticed that, they can cause headaches or they can cause other ailments. So I was real observant and cautious about what I put into my seasoning. So fast forward, life got in the way, 2020 came around, pandemic. So, people were dying or died, got sick. It was a very mentally draining. And I almost died. So, the way that I dealt with that or during those times was cooking, because I was always the type of person that I can go to work on a Tuesday and come home from work and fix a meal like a Sunday dinner. And I enjoyed it because it was soothing to me, it relaxed me. I love blending spices, getting different flavors and all of that. So that's where Shake on Rees come about. And I would love for you guys to give a try, and you allow me into your home just like you're in mine. Shake on Rees is all natural, no preservatives. I took a lot of thought into making my seasonings. I want you to be a cook in your own home. I want people to compliment you on your meal. So allow Shake on Rees into your home and allow me to sprinkle a little spice into your life.